the Apostolic Network, we have solved issues in our community where crime was sky high, and God would give us wisdom and revelation on how to go into those urban areas and crime come down to nothing, to zero.
Crime comes down to zero.
Completely to zero. Zero. I was a part of a initiative. I spearheaded an initiative into our government projects from 2005 to 2012, and in those government projects, they're gang violence, prostitution, poverty, various social ills, food insecurity, illiteracy, and we spent a period of 3 to 5 years praying, discipling, evangelizing, and going into those communities with programs and with resources, with food, with clothes, with literacy programs, and engaging the gang bangers, and they would receive Christ, get saved, put their guns down, put their needles down.
They put their guns down.
Put their guns on the altar. Needles that they were shooting up, we'll put them on the altar. We would baptize them in water. They would receive Christ, and 10,000 of them received Christ all over the city, to the point where the mayor invited me to his office to help spread that initiative around the city. Eventually, I was invited to the White House because of the initiatives that we were doing. We got mothers off of welfare, whereby one of the presidents, President Clinton, he actually began a welfare reform program. And one of the mothers that we got off of welfare, he invited her to the White House as a model of welfare reform. Well, he didn't mention that she was reformed by the Spirit of God and by the discipleship program that we instituted, but nonetheless, that was an example of how God used the spirit of initiatives that connect across the social ills, across the crime and violence and poverty, to change and reform regions. Jesus is the answer.
Wow.
And so we combined. Our leadership has initiated various programs in their communities, in their regions, and we're here as a representative of what God has done in our city to say He can do it.
He can do it even in Kenya.
Every city. He can do it in Kenya. He can actually we can see Kenya saved and lifted up through the power of the spirit of wisdom and revelation.
All right. Nzuri sana hiyo. Kwamba wao wanahakikisha kwamba ujangili, uhalifu ule, wanasema kwamba wanatembelea zile jamii ambazo labda wajijiwezea pale, kuhakikisha kwamba chakula wanapata, na wanasema kwamba wamefikia kiwango mpaka cha kuhakikisha kwamba hata wale majangili wanachana na bunduki, wanasema Yesu ni Bwana.
Yes.
Swali ambalo mimi nakuuliza hapa mtumishi.
Ndio.
Wakati marafiki zako hao wanatembea katika taifa letu, mikakati ni ipi kuona kwamba pia, manake mambo kama haya nimekuwa nikiambia msikilizaji tu katika awamu ya